One of the things you've used to back up the idea that I'm racist is because when I was 5 years old, I was raped by somebody who happened to be black, and that I used that and gather resentment around that, and I've used that and gathered it and aimed that at rap music. And so the reason that I don't listen to a lot of rap music is because I was raped by a black man when I was a child, and that also adds to my racism.
And not only that, but for me saying that and calling you out on it, so many people have come to me and say that I'm racist, which is incredible.
I think when it comes to Jackson Hinkle, one that's maybe a little bit more reprehensible is before the bodies were even cold, saying that the Russian missile strike on a train station was perpetrated by the Ukrainians with basically zero to no evidence, like very, very little to no evidence. And so
no Western evidence.
There's no Eastern evidence either.
Okay, Daddy, sure. It seems okay to be racist against Russians. Why do you think that is?
It's funny. No. I think it was Socrates who said, the more black people you have drama with, the more racist you are. So, I mean, you have a solid argumentation there. But I would also say that I've also had disputes with many people who are not black. I've had disputes with people who are black. I would say my unending rage and ability to destroy my enemies is directed towards all races and sexes. When I burn down a village, I do not look at their skin color, merely how much I can gain out of it.
Well, being racist against humanity is still racist.
You know what? Then I'm racist against humanity.
Thank you.
Is Adventure Time a lie? I would like to ask. Is Regular Show a lie? Hank Hill? King of the Hill?
Good question. That's a good question.
No, it's not. It's a fucking stupid question. The fact that I have to even ask it is ridiculous.
So this is a debate, Dylan?
Yeah, it's a debate. Everything's a debate.
Wait, what?
All conflict is a debate.
All conflict is a debate.
Okay, so yeah, what's the debate over Charmhole?
Well, a few things have come to mind. Obviously, the biggest pressing issue, which clearly you're going to be talking about on the Hipster Dipster podcast later tonight, is misinformation, right? The fact that now we've had 3 prominent Twitch poll people get permabanned off the platform. It's incredible. And honestly, I feel like Dylan has to either be fucking terrified or absolutely smug as shit. And if he's the second one, he probably maybe had something to do with it. And if he's the first one, then that's justified, because why wouldn't they come for you? Sure, right now the misinformation is about Russia, but 6 months from now, how can we say it's going to be about that, right? Nobody really cares about COVID misinformation right now. They care about Russian misinformation. So 6 months from now, what are we going to be scared about for misinformation? Is it, whether or not streamers can unionize, and is that just more Amazon unionization? And if you say that you're pro-union, can Amazon crack down on you and ban your channel forever because you're spreading union misinformation? I don't know. And then the other one is, I think Dylan's a liar.
Okay.
That's the one I'm more interested in.
Let's keep in mind
I really don't care about the first one, but the second one's more interested to me.
Before we hear Dylan's statement, let's just keep in mind that burden of proof is going to be heavily reliant on you for this conversation, Charmhole. All right, Dylan, go for it.
Okay, so I guess for the banning stuff, I don't really care that much when it comes to like Hinkle or Infrared being banned. The only really thing I said about it was that I don't like how Twitch bans people. I don't like that they don't tell them exactly what got them banned. They'll just say you broke this rule, but they won't like send you a clip, or they won't send you like a list of examples of exactly what you did. I think it's not good corporate practice, and I also think that this makes it so it's difficult for people to really fix their behavior going forward, or for us to really know if it's justified, because if they send a clip and it's a clip that actually doesn't show them doing what they're doing, then it'll be easier for them to, go to the public and say, look, I was wronged, right? But they don't do that, so it's more difficult for that, which of course benefits them, because then they can just kind of vaguely say, oh, they broke a rule, and it's not more specific. When it comes to things like misinformation, I think they're if somebody slips up once in a while and says something incorrect, or maybe corrects their thing later, every once in a while, I think that's one thing. But I also think there's something completely different when it comes to spreading medical misinformation that can get people killed. I think that has a bad outcome, and I think if a corporation does not want to give somebody the tools in order to go tell grandma how to use ivermectin to cure their COVID, then I think that's fine. And when it comes to spreading misinformation about war crimes to cover up for government slaughtering civilians, I also think that's fine as well, at least for corporate practice. I don't think the state should be involved in like saying that is illegal, but I understand why a corporation would not want to give partnerships, as in like Twitch partnerships and contracts, and giving them like money and having like basically a working relationship with these people in order for them to make money off of spreading misinformation on their platform. I understand it, and so I have no problem with it, but I'm also not like extremely in support of it. I'm just mostly indifferent. As for the second thing, yeah, I lie all the time about everything.
Wait, is that a lie?
I know that'd be up to you. It depends on whether you think I'm a liar or not, Charm.
Wow, it's crazy.
You also
It's
think I'm a
almost
racist. You also think I'm a racist and a war hawk.
You're a lot of. Don't forget the. I also think you are the dung eater from Elden Ring.
I got a video game appearance? That's based.
You did. You are in a video game. You're actually very popular, incredibly popular. You're the loathsome dung eater.
Wow.
Dylan, when's the last time you did anything for Black Mutual Aid funds? How are we sure you love Black people?
2 weeks ago. It was actually with Endless Cemetery. That's the funniest part.
Yeah, that's so crazy. It's almost like you baited into the drama. Whoa.
Wait, back that up. What was that?
Nothing. So you're
walking
Poland
back
right
already.
Now. I don't know anything about it.
So then why'd you say anything?
How am I gonna like? I'm literally just saying what you're saying, but with a question mark. So I actually don't know anything about it other than what Chud Lucy.
That's what most conspiracy theories do. They just state the stuff back to you, but with a question mark to make everything look suspicious.
Sure. Or just question, or science. You could say.
By the way, rhizome, that's not science. Just being like sky purple.
Yeah,
like
lack of evidence is not evidence in and of itself.
But I want to say also, rhizome, this is unfair. It's 3v1. It's him and his 2 girlfriends versus me. And I just want to like put out the debate that I'm going to advertise this on my channel as a 3v1, okay?
Do you have Catboy Geek you can bring in here, balance things out
maybe,
a little bit?
Possibly. Who knows?
I would really like it if you were very nice to Alan and Saw, okay, respectively. So, and you'll notice I'm not keeping them in my closet like some insane streamers who are permanently banned off this platform. So, back to that, right? So you're talking about, misinformation, right? On Twitch, of course, Twitch is Amazon. They're going to do whatever they can to make sure that no litigation comes their way, specifically when it comes to whatever streamers are saying on their stream. It's why, Ice Poseidon's gone. It's why Dr. Disrespect got yeeted off the platform, under mysterious circumstances. Nobody seemed to know why, but obviously Twitch wouldn't do it unless he was doing something that would threaten them, most likely probably getting sued, right? And now immediately what we see is the Financial Times posting an article explicitly calling out a Amazon Twitch streamer, Infrared, for literally spreading Russian propaganda by saying, even on his own stream, in big letters, Putin is good, right? So is this misinformation or is it an opinion? Right? Well, you're going to say, like, I mean, look, and when we talk about misinformation, I want to really hammer home comedy. I really want to hammer home, like, what is a character and playing characters. I believe Colbert is actually an evil person. I think Stephen Colbert's entire fake persona, right, effectively laid out the red carpet for Trump to become president, because he mixed the lines between Democrats and Republicans to the point where it confused a lot of Americans. And here we are. So was his character really a character? Was he giving misinformation? He was speaking from the heart, right? Like, yeah, I don't think so. I think it always is what it is. I believe in the Occam's razor style of defense. The closest, the shortest line between 2 points is a straight line, right? And all of this, but maybe it's this, or maybe it's that, or it could be this, or could be that. I just like to straight shoot, point from A to B, and say, I think it's glaringly obvious that the reason they banned 2 streamers, the moment that this article talking about and saying that they directly contacted Amazon about this, right? Clearly, it's about the war, or the conflict rather. And the fact that so many Twitch poll, like all of Twitch poll, Rise, Chud, I keep trying to talk to Chud about it, and he's like, I don't really care. And it's like, you're part of Twitch poll.
Well, I don't
In the
really
last
care
month,
either.
we've seen 3 large Twitch poll users get completely yeeted off the platform. And like, I mean,
For different
Dylan,
reasons,
have you
though.
even talked to? Sure, but you can't say that, like, there's a massive difference between, like, you can officially say that Twitch is cracking down on politics and suppressing politics on their website. You cannot say they're building it up. You can't say, oh, they're like increasing content. No, they're literally deleting content.
I mean, you could say that about any like moderation. If like, let's say somebody goes on like does like a Modern Warfare stream and they say the N-word and they get banned, then you would say, well, it looks like they're suppressing Modern Warfare content. I don't think it's, they would say that it isn't that they're suppressing content, is that they're moderating their platform. And again, this doesn't have to do with the fact that they just support the invasion, right? The specific thing cited, at least in the bans that were shown publicly, is the spreading of misinformation. Twitch didn't say we banned Infrared and Jackson Hinkle because they support Putin. Jackson Hinkle and Infrared have spread misinformation on their platform about the war multiple times. Infrared's I think the most funny one for Infrared was the bioweapons targeting Russian DNA. I think when it comes to Jackson Hinkle, one that's maybe a little bit more reprehensible is before the bodies were even cold, saying that the Russian missile strike on a train station was perpetrated by the Ukrainians with basically zero to no evidence, like very, very little to no evidence. And so
no Western evidence.
There's no Eastern evidence either.
Oh, because if you show any Eastern evidence,
so what's the Eastern evidence, Charmhole?
And then you're deleted.
What's the evidence?
I don't have it. Do I look like a pro at this?
Don't claim there's evidence if you don't know.
Oh, okay.
I can tell you. I know about the evidence.
I've misinformation.
Well, I know about the. I know about
clear here.
I know about.
Let Dylan finish.
I know about the evidence that the Russian government presented. The Russian government said, "Hey, we don't use these types of missiles. It's the Ukrainian that used these types of missiles." But then, right before the war started, there's public statements from Russian officials talking about how they were using these missiles during training practice. So actually, they do have these missiles, and they most certainly could have used these missiles. And if that's the defense they're using, when we know they have those missiles, that's not a good defense. It isn't. Now, we can like break down like the specifics of the missile strike, but it seems you don't know anything about it, so I'm not going to drag you into the weeds on it. But you're claiming that it's just because, they supported Putin, but it seems to be more about the spreading of misinformation. Again, my main issue with the ban would actually be not being specific about why they're banned. This is a thing that I bring up every time somebody's banned. You should send them clips. You should send them examples. You should be more specific. Definitely if these people have signed contracts with you and their income is reliant upon you as a company having this business relationship with them. I don't think that's good corporate practice. I don't think that's good for making sure people correct their behavior. And I don't like that lack of transparency. Also, I think getting clapped by the Financial Times is hilarious. I mean, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, hell, even Bloomberg would have been somewhat respectable. But the Financial Times, hilarious.
Yeah, true. And you should be scared, and you should be concerned.
I am not scared.
Well, I'm
Dylan,
sorry.
Okay,
so
Dylan,
wait.
Charm just gave you a lot of time.
Okay.
Well, no. I'm just saying that you said yourself that you do not appreciate Twitch's practice here, right? Like, so I'm just going off of what you're saying. Sorry if I implied that you might be scared, but you are still in this zone, of Twitch poll, right? Specifically Twitch politics, right? So you can't separate yourself from this, specifically because, again, you were one of 4 people who were in a debate specifically talking about this stuff. I personally watched the debate, and I think, you and Destiny came a little bit ill-prepared, and you lost the debate. And I learned something from Haas and Hinkle, and now I'm being told by Twitch that what I learned from them is actually misinformation. And if I were to repeat it, my channel would be now suspect, right?
So don't repeat it.
Be banned. Okay, Daddy, sure. Yeah, I won't, because obviously, right, I'm streaming now on your stream. We're all streaming together. If I were to repeat it, we could get banned. So obviously I'm not, but I just want to try to understand
quote what they said without getting banned.
To be clear, in that debate, Infrared continued to stand by the claim that the Ukrainian government was using biological weapons facilities to develop weapons that would target Russian DNA, and his only source was the Russians said it. So
I believe there was also, if I'm remembering correctly, because again, I'm not a pro on this, but wasn't there a Biden administrator who said that there was a biolab in Ukraine? Am I mistaken there?
there's biolabs in countries all across the world. I don't care
Okay.
about that. What,
All
countries are
right.
allowed to have
No, I don't think
biolabs.
you would.
The
Charmo,
problem
let Dylan respond.
is the claim that you're using these facilities to develop weapons that target Russian DNA. If I said there are animal research centers in the United States, that's one thing. But if I said there's animal research centers in the United States being used to make bioweapons that target Chinese DNA and people who are left-handed, that would be a totally different claim.
So I'm glad you brought up Russian DNA, because it seems very interesting to me how it seems okay to be racist against Russians. Why do you think that is?
It's funny. No.
It's
The thing is,
very
around
much.
any conflict, if you are a nation invading another nation, and your nation state is doing things that is fucked up, a lot of times people will associate that nation's citizens and its people with said nation state for obvious reasons, and then you will see spikes in like racism or bigotry towards that group. An example as an American would actually be after the American invasion of Iraq. You probably saw a lot more American flag burnings and down with America, death to America, etc., stuff like that, or like Americans are fat, disgusting Western pigs who kill babies or whatever, because the American government did something that was terrible in the invasion of Iraq, right? And we're seeing similar things to that right now with the Russian invasion of Ukraine. That's bad.
That was a whole bunch of words. You're saying
Those come out in
that
debates.
it's okay that, like the whole of Reddit and Twitter
I
is
just
racist
said it
against
was
Russia.
bad. I just said it was bad. I'm just explaining why it happens, and it happens usually when a nation state does something
okay.
like this.
Oh, right. So
Like during when Germany was invading
So
nation
it
after
is
nation,
happening,
there was a lot
is
of
what
like,
you're
we need
admitting.
to take out the
You're
crowd. It was
right. So as far as you're concerned, you are admitting then that there is racism against people with Russian DNA, right?
There's racism everywhere. Yes.
Okay, but specifically because of this conflict and specifically
Of course,
against
yeah.
Russian.
Foreign politics
Okay.
and like
Thank
foreign
you.
policy affects
All right.
racism, yeah.
Yeah, no.
And
Thank
bigotry.
you. All right. I agree. So let's see, another thing that I had. Oh no, it's on my thing.
Can we get to like me being racist? I'm very interested in that.
Oh, I'm sure you
I
love
don't
to
want
talk about
Before we
that.
get there, Charmhole,
I'm
what is
sure
Russian DNA?
Well, I mean, we can get into haplogroups and whatnot.
Yeah, I
but
love
Rhizome,
haplogroups.
I would highly
Me and
suggest
haplogroups are
you
tight.
play the video
We're like
game.
this.
Yeah, I highly suggest you play the video game Disco Elysium. It's quite informative when it comes to this.
I know I punched him out though, so I got to do another playthrough and hear what he's got to say.
Oh yeah, big head. What's his measure head?
All right, so what are your claims on Dylan's lying?
And racism and warhawkery and what else?
Oh geez. Well, I think this has to be a little bit more broad, right? Because as the great Haas from Infrared has said, he said that fascism is the psychosis of liberalism. And when you take that and you try to extrapolate, right, especially when it comes to like contemporary warfare and whatnot, but what exactly is that psychosis, right? And I think that's where the lying comes from specifically, because if you lie to yourself, then you don't think you're lying. You think you're telling the truth, right? You are definitely not giving misinformation. And I think what's going on here is you are so hard for liberal fascism that you do not think you're lying when it comes to all the things you're saying. So I salute you. I appreciate how you went to Poland. It's quite incredible. Have you had any Ukrainian refugees on stream?
I don't want to stream them. I'd rather interview them, record it, and then upload it at a later date, all collected together.
For their safety.
Well, not just for their safety, but like, I think it's better that way. I don't want to stream it because the last thing I want is for them to be there and like them to see some chatter in chat like, so did your wife die? Like, how'd that go? Was she hot? 69? Like, I don't need that.
That'd be so inappropriate, right?
It
Which
would.
that kind of brings me to, does Twitch want politics at all?
Also, can I
It
just
doesn't.
quickly say, everything Charmhole said about fascism and liberalism was gobbledygook, nonsense, and the
Right.
claim that I'm a liar transcended into the claim I'm a liberal fascist. Therefore, I'm a liar by default. It's it just, I mean, there's just no evidence that I lied.
Yeah,
Then.
you still have to substantiate this, Charmhole.
Well, okay, right.
You can't just say I can call you a lib, therefore
I need
libs
receipts
lie.
upon receipts.
Well, yeah, you need evidence.
So,
I mean, where is it?
This isn't a trial, right? It's not a court, so
To
I can
substantiate a
still
claim like lying, you need
feel
a little bit.
Well, I feel like he's lying, and I feel like he's lied about a lot of stuff.
Oh, so now the claim is you
So-
feel like he's lying, not he's lying?
Well, how could I suggest something and not also feel it?
So is he lying, or do you just feel he's lying?
I believe both, yes.
Wow.
Okay, well, if you suggest he's lying, you need some proof.
Okay.
So now,
Anyway-
do you just believe he's lying?
So, like, I don't know. What do you want me to, like, just...
Well,
do
I
a whole
feel
list of
like
all the
Charmhole is
things? Like, do you
waffling.
want me to, like, do a whole bunch of
Yeah,
this?
I do too. I don't think
Well,
he
no, I
actually
said
has
my
a
second-
I don't think he has a point
Oh
to
my God.
articulate there.
No, my point was...
What is this? What are you doing?
Wait, what?
Dylan, careful.
Hold on. No, hold on.
Oh,
I'm just,
no. Oh no.
I'm just
Charmhole
looking-
moment.
I'm just making sure. That's my chat. So say hi to chat.
Hello, chat.
Now it's all right, we're good. No, I think you pretty much, I mean, the whole lying thing, obviously, I was just kind of teasing you about that. And I like how you guys really freaked out about it. Like, wait, where? Do you have proof? Do you have proof that he lied? Kind of telling.
Don't think we freaked out. We just asked for evidence, which you guess you don't have.
My major issue, I think we've pretty much
got it.
We figured it out, right?
Okay, well, now the line is
not
done.
Terrified. Well, again, that you're not.
Can we move on to racism now? Like, can we do that one next?
You really want to fix racism?
Well, no, you called me a racist, so I'm just curious. And I would say racism probably should be fixed. Yeah, I think we should get rid of it.
Well, let me ask you this: how many Twitch black men have you, I guess, attempted to cancel or discredit in the politics sphere? I know Prime Case
attempted to cancel.
Now Endless Cemetery.
So I'd say 2.
I'm unaware if you have any beef with Fnatic. You probably had beef.
I had a beef with Fnatic. Yeah.
Corman team.
No, me and him are chill.
Okay,
actually, me and Corman team are actually chill. We had
as a mod. I just have to say the proper term is Twitch Noir men.
Twitch Noir, yes.
So
well, it just seems, as far as, because I'm a gamer, I like patterns and I like figuring out puzzles. And if you want to talk about race so much, I do find a pattern here of you having a lot of drama with the Twitch Noir. Would you care to comment on that?
I would say that I think it was Socrates who said, the more black people you have drama with, the more racist you are. So, I mean, you have a solid argumentation there, but I would also say that I've also had disputes with many people who are not black. I've had disputes with people who are black. I would say my unending rage and ability to destroy my enemies is directed towards all races and sexes. When I burn down a village, I do not look at their skin color, merely how much I can gain out of it.
Well, being racist against humanity is still racist.
You know what? Then I'm racist against humanity.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So I'm not really racist.
I appreciate your non-misinformation. I do appreciate.
So, Drumhole, does everything you say about me just have nothing behind it whatsoever, or is it just waffling? Or
yeah, it's just air. It's just poof. I'm literally just being an advertisement for
hot air mostly,
and I hope you enjoy it.
Not normal air, hot air.
Yeah, farts, big farty, stinky, smelly, hot air. Yes. Burpees, farty, smelly fart poops, air. Yeah, yes, that's what I release whenever I attempt to think or talk about.
Is that what's filling the charm hole? Just poop?
The charm hole is the mouth, by the way. If you were
wonderful, I feel like we're getting through all of these super fast. Okay, so the line is done. There's nothing there. The racism's done. There's nothing there. Next is
Right.
Warhawk, right? I guess that's the one. I think that one you probably have the most substantiation for, I assume. So let's go through that one.
Looking at your literal background right now of
With
a
my
simulated wartime war game.
that's a simulated war game. That's what that is.
Looks like it.
It's a map
Yeah.
of cyber attacks.
Oh, cool. Cyber attacks. Awesome.
It's
Cool.
not a war game. It's just a map.
Okay. Conflict isn't war?
I would.
What? How is conflict not war?
I think somebody
you seem
doing
like a war
a
hawk. You seem like a war hawk to me. Like
if that is true, then behind me right now, thousands of wars are happening simultaneously. When somebody hacks your computer,
cyber warfare,
and like I don't know, steals $20 out of your Bitcoin or whatever, that's a war. You know, World War II. That time somebody leaked your nudes. It's about right here.
I mean, there's battles, right? Are all battles? Well, no. You have to ask yourself, right? Are all battles war? Are all wars battles?
You're making the one who's you're the one who's claiming Dylan's a war hawk. So you have to have the definition of war, my friend.
It is what it is. He is what he is. Like it's all.
I am what I am.
It all just. Yeah, you are what you are. You are like a guy who actively promotes fascist liberalism all the time.
Wow.
Right? Like I don't know. Like you claim to be.
It's actually my slogan.
Right.
Fascist liberalism now, fascist liberalism tomorrow, and fascist liberalism forever. That's my tagline. It's my Twitter bio, actually.
Yeah, I can see you're real cut up about these Twitch bans, these Twitch poll bans.
Yeah, I don't care that much. No.
Right. Did you care much that Hassan blocked you on Twitter?
No.
Did we get through all your takes, Charmhole?
That was another take. Why weren't you upset about that?
Why?
You don't want anything to do with the person who is the king of Twitch poll?
I mean, you know, he's a person. I'm another person. We've never done anything together. If he has no interest in doing anything with me, that's fine. I'd much rather somebody be upfront with me and like, I don't like you than like, you know, sneaking around and like talking behind people's backs. I like when someone's upfront with me.
Yeah, cool. I'm glad I could be upfront with you.
I really don't hold much resentment towards Hassan. I mean, has he been wrong and as I have criticized him in the past? Yeah, but that's it. I criticize a lot of people. Do I resent you? I don't know you enough or pay enough attention to you to resent you.
Cool. Thank you. Well, make sure to shout out my channel then. I would appreciate it.
No.
Cash App Charmhole as well. Get some money. Get some money flowing my way.
Okay.
Good luck with your
so is that everything? Is that really all of your grievances with me? It seemed like you had like a long list. Is that really it?
Shit. Oh, we got an hour and a half. Oh no, I can fill the time.
Right? I know you don't need to fill the time. If this is it, if this is really it, if this is what the infamous Charmhole all they had, then I bet the sooner we check out, the better. Honestly.
Yeah, true. Sorry, I didn't have a long list of all the.
Well, just if I would assume.
I'm sorry, I don't have all these receipts of how evil you are. My bad.
Well, Charmhole, if I went into like somebody's chat, right, and this is what you did earlier today. This is what prompted this discussion, and I started saying you're racist, you're sexist, you're homophobic, you're thisist, you're thatist, you're the devil, you're the warhawk. I just throw all of this stuff out. And I'm like, well, that's not true. Like, I'll have you on stream today to talk about it. And then you come on and you say, well, you're kind of racist in a metaphorical sense. You're kind of lying in a liberal fascism, whatever, Hegelian dialectics. It's like it's all nonsense and buzzwords.
Who admitted to being racist? I won this debate.
I admitted to be racist against what? Humanity?
Yes, both humanity, and you said that, yeah, you were racist against many of the Twitch noir.
Wait, I know I'm not. I didn't admit that I'm racist against black people on Twitch. I said that I've had disputes with people on Twitch who are black, just like I've had disputes with people on Twitch who are not black.
But you said Socrates.
Assume.
But you said Socrates said, right?
Well,
your Socrates quote. Wait, was that misinformation? Were you misinforming me about that Socrates quote?
How good are you at reading social cues?
Damn. I guess
I'm asking you, do you have a problem with reading social cues?
I think Yeah, I take most things literally. That's why I'm so afraid of this misinformation thing. I don't want to get. I've already got for harassment on this channel. So
Well,
I
I
would
mean,
also not want to get got for misinformation like
we
what you
could. I
just
mean,
did.
if you want, we can switch to you, Charm Hole.
Mm.
I mean, we could.
Switch to me and my misinformation.
Not your misinformation, but things that you've done, right? I mean, if you want.
Well, I think that when people see, here's where I think you really thrive is you
Mm-hmm.
thrive in this metaphorical hatred and this metaphorical,
Metaphorical hatred.
But
yes, literally the hypothetical of hatred. What you do
Mm.
is you hypothesize and you
Yeah.
joke and you go, haha, this is me pretending to be racist. And then chat goes, good one, haha,
Can
it
you
is just a
can you
joke,
give me an
right?
example of me
And then
pretending really to be racist that anybody could
earlier
like treat seriously?
today in this stream, earlier you
Towards what?
just said, well, you said the joke about the Socrates thing. You said the joke about you
That
are
was
racist
me.
against all of humans, right? I'm sorry,
I
was that not
don't
a
but
joke?
I
When
don't
you
think
say that
anybody
I don't
could.
pick up on social cues, does that mean I'm supposed to pick up on the fact that you're just joking about being racist?
I think you were supposed to take up on the fact that Socrates, when he said that the more people you have drama with on Twitch, the more racist you are.
Mm,
That was a joke. Yes,
mm,
and that
right.
was
And
not supposed to.
jokes are never misinformation, right?
No, I don't think it
They're
was
just jokes.
misinformation. I don't
what
think I.
information is contained
What?
within jokes,
Jokes
Charmhole?
jokes can never be misinformation. Right. I think that's the biggest thing. We always, as long, are you like, so if Haas had said Vladimir Putin is good in Minecraft, do you think
He
we'd still be
wasn't.
here today?
Do you know he was banned
Do you
for
think?
saying Vladimir Putin is good, or for like factual statements he made about
I
the
think Occam's
conflict?
razor suggests that the Financial Times
Oh, Occam's
suggesting that they
razor
contacted
suggests.
Twitch, yes, that I would say that the fact that Twitch was contacted by the Financial Times and a group of journalists saying that both Jackson Hinkle and Infrared were posting misinformation about Ukraine, I would suggest that yes, that was most likely the reason that they were abandoned. In the
It
article,
was
they
no.
said that you have in big bold
Did you
letters on
see
your stream,
that?
it
Did you
says
see
Vladimir
the?
Putin
He went
is
from
good,
here to here.
right?
He just like. So
Oh yeah,
no,
right.
because the
You see what
problem.
he did with his like
Well, let's
little
let Dylan
here's my
explain.
analogy.
Well, let's let
Here's my
Dylan.
analogy.
So let's let him explain the
Yeah, please
analogy.
go ahead.
So we were talking about him saying Vladimir Putin good and being pro Putin, and then suddenly we were talking about the ban, him being banned, and that being about statements he's made. These is totally different. The idea of just saying Vladimir Putin's good and factual claims. You can be banned for factual claims. If I came on here and I said something like Ukraine actually invaded Russia, it planted bombs in Moscow and is blowing away like local churches in Romania and 20,000 of if I just started making these random like incorrect factual like claims about an ongoing war where people are being slaughtered and killed in, that can get me banned. Me saying I don't think the Russians are in the wrong. As far as we know, that can't necessarily get you banned. And so you're making the claim that they were banned for just being pro-Russia. I'm making the claim that it's probably more likely they were banned for statements, factual claims they made about the war.
So I want you to notice again, my original question was whether or not if he had said, right, like let's just assume that this misinformation is the reason why he was. If he had given all of this information while he was role playing in GTA, would he still be banned? Would it still be misinformation? If he had specified that he was playing a character, would it still be misinformation? And also notice that
Who
again, you are
cares?
using analogies. You are using analogies as that is how you lie. This is how
What?
you in liberal fascism lie all the
Mm.
time. And I want anybody who's listening now to begin to realize this because you'll notice it more now that I'm
Can you
making light of
illustrate
it.
that,
But the
Charmhole,
fact, well,
and
it's
how it
just the
happened just
simple
now?
fact is that he used an analogy and he made it to make him seem more sympathetic, right? And like obviously and right and correct in his analogy. And through that analogy comes a lie, right? So if you want to talk about misinformation, that right there is the crux of misinformation, how he paints himself to be such a hero because he didn't actually say that Ukraine invaded Russia or planted bombs in Moscow, right? So by using this ridiculous metaphor, right, he then pipes himself up. This is a lie. This is he's creating a character that is not real. This is a
Character,
lie. This is a shadow. You are seeing
not
Shadow
actor.
Dylan. You were saying
Shadow
Dylan
Dylan.
Noir.
Okay. Now you're just
Okay.
looping. You're just looping.
Shadow
Okay, well,
Dylan.
please respond.
As Shadow Dylan, I would just like to say, I don't think analogies are inherently lies. I think they can be used to illustrate points. And I think they've been used by many people quite effectively. And I don't think I will be the first or last person to do it. And there's nothing about an analogy that makes you a liar. And whether or not he would be banned if he did it in GTA roleplay, I don't think really matters. He was making factual statements about the war. That's what matters. It doesn't matter what platform he did it on. If you wanted to make the argument, maybe it was a Sam Hyde moment where's the irony start? Where does the irony end when it comes to his statements? I don't think that's the case with Infrared. I believe he believes everything he says when it comes to his beliefs about the conflict, and I believe the same thing for Jackson Hinkle. I have no reason to doubt the authenticity of what they're saying when it comes to their belief in it.
Right. And we've already established that even if they weren't lying, you would still be fine with them being banned, right?
No.
But I thought you said you want people who could possibly spread hurtful information to be banned as well.
Well, not possibly spread. If you need to spread it anyone could possibly spread misinformation. It's a question of whether you do it and you do it consistently.
I'm not saying misinformation. I'm saying aggressive information.
Aggressive? What's aggressive information?
I don't want to say. I don't want to get clapped for harassment. Like,
oh, so like this
nice
is like
try, Dylan. Nice try. You
is this
got
like
me.
so? Is
You
this like
almost got me there.
aggressive information? Is what throwing slurs
again.
around or like what?
I will
What is
never
it?
make fun of you again while I'm streaming. I've learned my lesson after being
Okay,
banned
can
for
you
7
give a
days.
generalized example without saying specifically some kind of aggressive information, but tell us in general what the definition of it would be?
Well, I'd
the
rather
common
focus
traits.
on. Well, I'd much rather focus on whether or not an analogy is a lie. He said analogies aren't lies. How are they not lies? They're not based in reality.
Well,
They're
first of all,
examples
hold
of
on, wait,
reality.
Charmhole.
When you're
First of
taking
all,
Are
examples-
cartoons
first of all-
cartoons lies?
Charmhole, you brought in this term.
Is Adventure Time a lie? I would like to ask. Is regular show a lie? Hank Hill, King of the Hill?
Good question. That's a good question.
No, it's not. It's a fucking stupid question.
Yeah,
the fact that I have to even
are
ask
they
it is
reality?
ridiculous.
No.
Are those
So they a
analogies,
lie?
though?
Yes.
Well, no, because he said analogies are lies because they're not based in reality, right?
Oh.
So Adventure Time is a mythical little universe in the kingdom of Ooh,
It's
right?
mythical.
Is it
Yes.
a lie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's
so
the definition of mythical.
Therefore, if I was say a cartoonist and I was drawing Finn the human and I did that,
Yeah.
I would be a liar in your book and you would define me as a liar.
He's not
This
based.
waters down the meaning of these terms because if
If
you
you
call
were
somebody
to
a
tell me-
liar, that is like the idea that you are lying about something in order to trick people or something like that, not to suspend people's disbelief in order for them to make a travel into a mythical universe or to better understand a point by say using an analogy. That's not what people think of when they think of liars.
So the hyper real isn't a lie. Your thoughts aren't lies.
I mean,
right?
are you a
Especially-
liar because you have two cartoon girlfriend anime people with you?
Yes, I'm lying to them right now.
This
I don't
is-
know. Sorry, you caught me, guys. They're not real. They're not real. Hey, say something. Wait, you were just talking to me yesterday. What? Say something. Guys, they're not real. Shit. I lied to you earlier when I said their names and told them to not speak up or say anything. I was lying. Shit. Oh my God. Yeah, it turns out all jokes are lies. Anything that isn't prose is a lie. It has to be in the present and it has to be real. And the fact that most liberal fascists do this all the fucking time where they take themselves. Yep, liberal. I mean, I know I'm repeating myself. I only have to say liberal to mean fascist, but I like to freak people out with that.
I think you freak people out quite consistently.
Thanks. I'm like a weird Thor, right?
That's one way to put it.
Yeah.
One way to look at it.
I mean, I've been called that, so I'll take it.
I think
I'd rather be Thor than Dung Eater. I mean,
Hey man, Elden Ring is a success, so I'm happy to be attached to that success in any way.
So, Charm, just to be clear, your accusation of Dylan when he's lying is just that he comes up with analogies, and since they're not based in reality, because lies are not based in reality, analogies are lies. Therefore, he's lying.
I'm as much of a liar as the Adventure Time crew.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, and thank you.
Have you ever said anything of value?
Another dub for Charmhole.
Have you ever said anything of value,
You're
Charmhole? Have you ever
racist, and now you're
contributed to a
saying you're a liar,
conversation
so- What, in real life? What?
anywhere?
Have I ever contributed to? Well, I believe sex is a conversation, and I've attributed to plenty of those convos. So they've definitely received a part of me. So yeah, absolutely. I've absolutely
forgive them.
contributed. I've absolutely contributed to quite a few conversations. Yeah, and that's not. I'm not using an analogy here. I'm talking very literally.
Yeah, better not be a liar.
I try not to, but I do. I will say I do like to partake in a bit of trolling. I do like to troll a little bit, and I will admit that when I am trolling, I am kind of lying, or at least misrepresenting the truth in some degree.
So we're all
to the
liars,
part-
really.
Well, how could we not be, right?
Wow.
We are imperfect beings, right? But I think
So
Can
you
I-
accuse
okay.
Dylan of being a human is essentially
Rise
your
up,
accusation?
can we switch this around? I mean, I've played defense for what 50 minutes now.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
So Rhizome, why did you email me the F slur and like call me that?
pretty fucked up, Rhizome.
Oh, not Rhizome, Charmhole. Very sorry.
Yeah, I was like, Dylan,
just
what
lied.
are you doing?
I just lied there.
Whoa.
But no, Charmhole.
Whoa.
Charmhole, why'd you
Wait,
do
hold
that?
on.
Charmhole, why'd
Did we
you do
just
that,
get
though?
misinformation? Did I just catch you?
It was
I
very
just catch you
funny,
getting
but why'd you do it though?
misinformation?
I'm curious.
Should I email somebody?
No, I'm just curious.
Somebody
Why did you do that?
I am not saying anything about anything regarding that shit because last time I did, I got banned for 7 days. So nice try.
What I'm not attempting to. I won't report you.
You don't have to repeat it.
I won't
He's
report
asking.
you. I don't
I'm
care
just.
about
You don't need to repeat it. I'm just asking you to
reporting me,
explain.
I don't care about your
Why-
people
my
reporting
people.
me. I do care.
Okay, to be
Yeah.
clear, you don't have to repeat it.
You don't need to
Just
repeat
explain
or
your
even
reasoning.
say
It doesn't
what you
matter.
did. I already
Wow, you guys
already
sound
said it.
exactly.
I
this
just
is
want to know
incredible. You
why.
guys
I'm
sound-
just curious.
It's exactly. You know what this reminds me of is when I was at court, right? And the people from the other side were like,
Uh-huh.
"Could you please speak clearly into the mic and say exactly what you did?" It's like,
No, I'm not asking you
Sheesh.
what you did. I'm
Sheesh.
asking
No,
you
look at me.
why you did
Oh.
it. That's a separate question. Why did you do it?
what? Because wait, why did I email you? Because I thought you were wrong.
No, specifically, why did you email him the F slur?
Why?
dog?
Yeah, why'd you call me the F slur in emails?
Why? Because I thought you were. Wait. Oh, you do have proof of this, right?
Yes,
You have proof of this email. You have it clipped.
I
Right?
don't have it clipped, but I have it. It's probably still my Gmail.
I mean, it's somewhere in there.
Are you
right?
denying
Yeah.
it that it exists?
Well, I'm
or-
just surprised you never posted it, right? You like talked about it,
I'm-
but you never posted it.
I mean,
Are you like?
I'm
are you
not
like
that
keeping
invested in it
It? Are you keeping it?
I'm just
Well,
curious.
Then why are you? Then why are you bringing it up?
because I'm
now?
curious, but I'm not
Okay.
invested in it to make a Twitter thread about it.
There's
or
still
something.
a
not
question on the
invested in
table.
it,
There's
but
still a
you're
question on the
still-
table.
Can you make him stop dodging?
Charmhole, you do not have to say the word. Dylan is asking you, why did you send him an email calling him that?
Yeah.
Notice how me and Dylan have both referenced it, and neither of us are banned. You're going to be fine.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be fine. Thank you, Rhizome. I appreciate you. Why did I call him? I can't remember. What was it, like a year ago, 2 years ago? Most likely, when I call people names, it's because I'm mad at them because they're doing rude, evil shit.
So what was
Did you use that name instead of just calling him a meanie?
Yeah, why not just
What?
like you're a jerk? Why that one specifically? I just feel like it might be tied in
Specifically?
some way to like my sexual, leanings, so to speak.
Well, I think you're lying there. I don't think you're queer, if that's what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
I
Can
think
we open
you're-
that
that's
one up?
another reason why. Well, like, what do you want? Like, oh, hey, now, the burden of proof falls on me. Do I have proof? Of
I mean,
this? Do I have proof
yes,
of that?
it's
No,
a very
I just think
bold
you're
it's a
general
bold
liar.
claim. It's like it is a bold claim to say that
Well,
like I
so-
believe that you are not what you
Well,
claim
so
to be. And usually
as
when
far
you
as-
say that, you need to like be like this is the reason, right?
So as far as parasocial relationships go, right? From what I've seen, you don't seem very queer to me. You've in fact referenced a heterosexual relationship you had, and I think that's about all you've had, right?
All I've
So
had.
why did I call you a specific slur regarding queerness? I believe I was being ironic, and also I wanted your attention. And also I was mad at you because I think you are an evil piece of shit. However, if you do reference the email and you look in it, I believe I was oddly supportive as well and was willing.
You're right.
To
He
try to help you.
specifically said sup F slur and then added a smiley face after.
There you
So
go.
I mean that is probably
There's a
the
smiley-
kindly.
Wait,
the
is there a
kindest-
smiley face?
There was a smiley face, yes.
Hey, see, I'm a nice person.
But
You see how you can be like
back to
both aggressive and non-aggressive?
this like fake
Like,
queer
hello?
thing. The reason why I'm a fake queer is because the only relationship you know of that you know of personally that I've had or
Yeah,
or
prove it.
somewhat interaction with somebody in a sexual or romantic way was a woman. Therefore, I'm not queer because that's the one you know about.
Rhizome and Dylan, could you guys try to kiss? Like do this? Like do one of these?
No.
That's kind of anti-gay, man. That's not very
No,
queer of you
I'm
to
just,
do, to not
can you
wanna
answer the
kiss.
question, or like, do
Wait,
you want to just
what was
wrap
the
this
question?
up? Dude,
Wait,
I'm asking you.
I'm
So the
sorry, what?
reason you believe I'm not queer is because
Yeah.
the only relationship you know of that I've had, to your knowledge, or any sexual
Yeah.
interaction or romantic interaction, etc., was with a
Yes.
woman that you know of personally. Therefore, I'm not queer.
On your Twitch, I mean, look, you can say you are whatever you want. Go ahead, right? It's only ever going to be your words versus mine.
So,
I'm simply saying, if you look at the
mhm.
proof that you guys love so much, well, there's just not a lot of proof of you being queer. And
Oh, there's a lot
if
of
there was
proof.
I'd
I
say,
just don't think I can post it on Twitch.
okay, all right, or Twitter.
Actually,
I'm
I
pretty
have
sure you
posted
can.
some of it on Twitter. I have posted
You
conversations
can.
I've had on websites like Grinder, which are funny.
So
I've
Charmhole.
No,
okay.
see, there you go.
So Charmhole. Do you
So, all
think?
right, so then I take it back. I guess
So,
you are queer. Good job, man.
Thank you.
Cheers.
okay, never
What's
mind.
up, Rhizome?
It's all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Good job.
The other one,
He proved it.
and I always bring this up because it's so funny. You say that the reason one of the things you've used to back up the idea that I'm racist is because when I was 5 years old, I was raped by somebody who happened to be black, and that I used that and gather resentment around that, and I've used that and gathered it and aimed that at rap music. And so the reason that I don't listen to a lot of rap music is because I was raped by a black man when I was a child, and that also adds to my racism.
And not only that, but for me saying that and calling you out on it, so many people have come to me and say that I'm racist, which is incredible that you can have white on white racism. I think that is quite an incredible feat. But again, you're bringing it up again.
I mean, it's a bold. Do you
So,
stand by the
like you
claim?
tell,
Do you
like you
stand
tell
by
me,
it, or is
like
that something you
I,
still believe?
okay. So earlier when I called you a liar, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
you're
no evidence.
always a liar. You're never not a liar. Are you lying about this? Probably. Do you
What?
have proof? Do I have proof?
I do
No,
have proof. I
I don't
could. Do
care.
you? Are you saying that's not true? I
I
could send
don't
you video of it
care
of you
if
making the
there's proof.
argument. Okay,
I
so
don't care. What I care about is the fact that you're smiling and laughing about this very serious subject about being
uh-huh.
raped as a child. It's fucked up. I take personal offense
You
to
take
you.
personal
Like,
offense to me
I do
laughing at
take
this.
personal effect laughing about this.
You do
Yes,
know
and
I
bringing
was
it
the
up.
one that it happened to,
Right.
not you.
And you notice how I'm not bringing up all the times I was abused or assaulted or anything like
Well,
this, right?
the
Or as
thing
a
is,
child, right? Because I do take
uh-huh.
this shit seriously. So if I'm going to
I don't think
talk
you
about it
do.
seriously, I'm not going to bring it up during a fucking debate
I don't
about
think you do.
politics and misinformation. I'm going to bring it up when I'm talking to Anivore or
You
Dr.
used
J
it
if
to
I
make
can
a
ever get
political
on.
prescription about racism. So you made it political.
Yeah. You
used
bringing it
my
up just
rape to
now
make a
isn't making
political
it
point.
political. What?
You
You
used my
bringing up
rape to
your
make a
trauma
political point.
again. Not only did you bring up your
So
trauma,
hold on,
like,
Charmhole. Dylan said
go ahead.
something.
Sorry, what?
You used my rape to make the political point that me being raped by a black man caused me to be racist.
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember
and specifically
the
affected my
conversation.
view of rap music.
So
And
Charmhole, do you deny? Do you
Okay.
deny that happened? Do you deny that happened?
In Aristocracy's chat, this is what happened. They started talking about it. I said many things that could be considered a form of support. I was attempting to give support. He took the one thing that could become construed as evil. He took that one thing and he said, "Look at him be racist against me and offensive against me." And everybody was like, "Oh, you poor Dylan."
I didn't
poor
say you
boy."
were racist
My
against
point
me. When did I say
is that maybe, possibly, your
Mhm.
trauma has given you more trauma or the inability to enjoy certain American media. Yes, Absolutely.
Rap music specifically.
Yeah,
The
and
genre
hip-hop
known as
and
hippity
possibly
hop.
R&B, and it would possibly give you
R&B
some
too. Really, I
reservations
like
when you're
R&B. I
walking
don't
down a
know
dark
about
alley
that.
at night in Washington, D.C., right? You yourself have said you are from a very highly
I was born and raised in Prince George's County. It's majority black. Yes.
there you go. Right, and all I was doing was attempting to help you, right? And of course, you're like, oh, here's
I
a political opponent. I can take
well,
what could be considered support and throw it back at him to the point where I get so mad, I say, "Sup, F Slur? What the fuck is your problem? I'm literally trying to help you out. Here is a book by a friend, written by my friend, who was also experiencing incredibly similar trauma to yours, and you completely ignore that. You haven't repeated it once. You don't because you
can
don't
I say
care.
what the
You
title of the
don't
book
care.
was?
You don't care about being better. You care about using your
Okay.
trauma
Yes, I
as
want
an
Dylan
excuse to say that
say
you're
what the
not
title of the
racist
book was.
The
or
title of the
whatever.
book was "Raped by a Black Man."
No, it's called Raped Black Male. Look it up. Raped Black Male. He was raped. He's a black male. He writes about his surviving and how he got better. I was giving you that
Hmm.
to help you, but you didn't care about that, and you still don't. This is like the
No,
third
I
time
don't.
we've talked
I don't
about
care
this.
about it. No, because I don't think it comes from a point of
Exactly.
help. I think it's just
Exactly.
meant to
Because you're an
antagonize.
evil liar. That's why.
What did I lie about?
Well, liar says what?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
not a liar.
Dylan, do you have anything
Didn't say
else you
what.
want to confront Charmhole with?
I think that's enough.
And I want to say that to anybody in chat who was traumatized by this conversation in the last part of it, please read my friend's book. It's called Raped Black Male, and it specifically talks about surviving with that hard trauma. And if you do, or if you know anybody who's experienced something like that trauma, like this guy, maybe suggest they read it and hopefully get more support instead of using their trauma as a political bludgeon to win debates.
To be clear, you were the one who brought it up after I was asked a question about it and I was open about it. You were the one who dragged it out to make the point, not only in the chat but then later during our first discussion. So you were the one taking my trauma and then making
Okay.
points about it. It wasn't that I just dragged it
Yeah,
out
I was
randomly.
attempting to help you, and it's called support, Dylan. It's called support.
It's called
I was
support.
attempting to support you. You came at me.
But
I came
the
at,
only
I said,
analysis
I
you
was
had was
attempting to
Dylan
support
doesn't
you.
listen to much rap music. It must be
Yeah.
because he's racist against black people
It
due to the
might be.
fact that he was raped as a child. So I'm going to now make book recommendations based upon
Possible.
this analysis.
And I believe you yourself even admitted eventually that you've been listening to more rap music.
I have
Is
been
this not
listening to
true?
more rap music, yes.
Cool. I'm glad you're. I'm
So
glad
you
you're,
admit, so you would say you're wrong then. You were wrong.
well, you would have
I didn't
had to
read
have
your
taken my
book.
information, and now you're listening to
I
more
don't.
rap
It
music
was not
because
due to
maybe I
that.
said that.
It was not
Huh?
due to that. I can assure
Oh, it
you.
wasn't right. Which is
No.
that's so weird because that one time I just happened to be watching your stream and you were talking about me being an asshole like that, and then you saying, "Oh, actually, chat, I've been listening to more rap music." It has nothing to do with me, right? It has nothing to do with me and my suggestion about that.
When
You
I
just pulled it on your own. You're
when I
just
look up
sitting in a
music on
corner.
Spotify or Google or whatever, I can
Okay.
assure you, you are not in my thoughts.
Thank God. Thank Allah.
Okay, I
Mashallah.
think that's a good place to end it,
Mashallah.
guys. And it's a good place to end it right there.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rhizome. I appreciate
No problem.
your moderation.
No problem.
Thank you, Rezum. How'd you chat like that?
I think you know what my chat thought of that. I think
Dude,
Charmhole knows what my chat
I hope
thought
they
of
don't
that.
think I'm too much of a racist now.
I mean, going everywhere. They're asking you if you love black people. Yeah, I mean, Dylan, I don't know. I think you're taking the L on this one.
See?
That's why I left the left. You know, Prager you. I'll be the next one.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
raceful. I try to be more raceful. Next time, try to be more raceful. I believe in you, Dylan. I think you can be more raceful, like our buddy Rhizome and myself.
All right.
Cheers, man.
Wonderful.
Cheers, Charm.
See you guys later.
Okay, Dylan. Do you want to go into a private one-on-one on that?
Well, I gotta use the bathroom. Can you entertain my chat for a second? Okay, thank you.
Holy shit, chat. Hold on, I gotta pull up Dylan's chat on Chatterino. What the fuck? Okay. What did you guys think, Dylan's chat? What did you guys think, Dylan's chat? See, like for me, Charmhole is funny, but I don't know what he does. So like now when Dylan brings that shit in, it's like, oh, that's what he's doing behind the scenes. Oh, that's what he's doing behind the scenes. Oh, holy fuck, dude. Yeah, I feel anyone in chat, by the way, feel free if you need to, obviously take care of yourself, right? That shit was heavy. No one was fucking warned about that. So a little bit of a soy moment, but I was feeling like maybe there are some people probably pretty sensitive to that shit. So I hope everybody's feeling okay. I think you should kind of take that as like, when you're in the position of content creator, there's probably a lot of shit you're getting that you don't recognize, right? Like on the viewer side. And like, who knows how many people are DMing Dylan like that on the daily, or like how much he's getting shit like that. And I personally have not gotten a lot of shit like that myself. But I can understand when, especially Dylan is somebody who puts himself in a contentious position, right? He puts himself in a position where like people are going to be in his chat from like all over the political aisle and like have their own motivations with it. So like, I think if anything, if you're looking at this conversation and you're like,
Hello,
what do I take away from it? I think just take away an understanding of like what goes on behind the scenes and like how much
wait,
regular occurrence this probably is.
Do you think our chat didn't benefit much educationally from that conversation?
No, that's what I'm trying to say is like, because that kind of came up really suddenly, and I bet a lot of people were shocked. So I'm just trying to like synthesize that shock into maybe a meaningful takeaway for them to just kind of see like,
what was your meaningful takeaway?
That this happens probably more than we recognize.
What happens more than we recognize?
Oh, you getting hate like that, or you getting like shit like that, and then dumbasses trying to like turn it into content or drama.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you make yourself vulnerable on the internet in any capacity, people will see that vulnerability as weakness and then try to take advantage of it. So I would say if you're ever vulnerable on the internet, this is not how it should work, but it is sadly how it does work. Make sure you are only vulnerable on spots that you are fine with the most not fine with, but able to handle. Like some of the most reprehensible people, just like using it.
Oh
as,
yeah,
like, a spear,
for sure.
Right? Don't start like venting about your dead mom. And this is sad, under the idea that nobody is going to try to take a picture of her and then share it around with some memes or something to try to mock you, right?
I mean, maybe Twitch poll is a little different, but I think a lot of people don't have that perspective. It's something that I have when I bring up issues on Twitch. It's like I know how this might get used. It's just, I think it's always just surprising to hear what people receive from me, no matter what, though. Like that was surprising for me to hear. And especially because
did you not know much about Charmhole?
I didn't know that about Charmhole. All I knew about Charmhole is he tries to, with his takes, really just ride the line and just try to like be comedic kind of, but I haven't been able to suss out his actual politics. It always just seems like he's trying to be like a comedian.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of difficult because you can't ever tell where the comedian like starts and when the comedian ends, and when he's doing it haha for laughs, or when he's doing it like legitimately because he wants to hurt people or he's making an actual argument. And so a lot of times when you engage with people like Charmhole, they'll like start waffling, and so what they'll do is fall upon humor. So at the end of the day, they can say, "Well, the whole time I was really trolling."
Yeah, exactly.
So it wasn't that I came unprepared to a discussion and made a bunch of claims that I could not substantiate. It was that it was a funny meme.
And there were like points in the conversation where I could tell like he was actually upset, and things were.
What part What part do you think was that?
I think when we weren't biting anymore. Like once it really heavy and we started to turn the tables on him and put more pressure on him, he got a little bit more fidgety, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he knew how to deal with it. And I mean, like, the thing is, the claims we went through was Warhawk, which he used my background to use. This would be a much easier. I just put something up that would make it much easier for him to say I'm a Warhawk. I'm just making his argument easier next time. It's a Polish flag with a Polish man with a gun that says "Revenge at all costs." It's very Article 5 meme, but I think like it went through liar, racism, warhawk, liberal fascism, banning on Twitch. I mean, that one was the actual debate that he seemed the most interested in, and I wasn't even ready for that. I didn't know that was going to be part of it,
The
and
thing
even
for
that he
me
didn't have
with
any for it. He didn't have anything.
the thing for me with people like Charmhole is he's so irony pilled to the point that, like, is it even worth having a conversation with him? Like, did you just want to get that on the record, kind of? Like, what did you think would come out of that conversation? Because I bet you already
Somebody in
knew.
chat just said when I said he didn't care about Trumhole enough to hate him, he got hurt. Maybe. I mean, it's just like Trumhole isn't like somebody I like respect. Like if somebody like Jake Hanrahan, which is somebody I respect a lot, said something like Trumhole said, then like that would be something that would probably hurt me because it'd be like, damn, that's somebody I actually respect a whole lot. But like Trumhole's just like I mean, he's just Trumhole. What were you saying?
Yeah. Did you get out of that what you expected? Because I mean, like,
Yeah,
we kind of know his
yeah,
bit,
I
right?
expected
Yeah.
it. I mean, he was just saying like Dylan, why my band, like lol, da, da, da. And I was like, okay, if you want to like talk, you can talk. And he was like, bullshit. And I was like, no, let's do it. And that's simply just how it happened, right?
Yeah, you've been doing that a lot lately, huh?
Doing what a lot? Just like
if you got contentions, you pull people on, basically, or if someone's got contentions, right?
it seems like everybody has contentions with me right now.
True.
What do you think that is?
I have a very hold on, I gotta fix my little overlay here. Hold on. I think that people don't like seeing you do so well when they're trying so hard and it's tough to get traction on the platform. And
Maybe.
that's like a very streamer take, I think. People could have other perspectives on it and think that they have legitimate grievances. But it just seems like every time it boils down to they're upset that they don't have their own cloud or they don't have their own momentum or they don't have their own community and they want to vicariously live through you by policing what you can or can't do or the ethics that you engage in and shit like that.
It's weird because I feel like I'm not necessarily doing the best on the platform, right? I'm spending a ton of money to do a project I care about, but I know it's not going to get me a lot of views. There's people like Keffels who have just skyrocketed recently. Like Mike from PA is still way over 2,000 viewers, usually. Of course, Hassan's
You're accessible though. You're very accessible.
I am extremely accessible. I make myself accessible, and I do that because number one, I think rising tides lift all ships. I would like to see other people rise with me. I don't want to cut off all ties once if I see a success, and I've seen a modicum of success recently, especially. But yeah, that of course has its downsides. That if you throw stones, I'm more likely to be receptive, either A, because I want to better myself, or B, just it'll result in this.
Yeah. I think the accessibility combined with the success that you're seeing, not even the way you're using your money, but they just see numbers and they're just like, oh my God, that is what I think creates this it creates this dynamic where people feel that they can come at you and they feel they can create this they can just farm you for drama or takes.
Yeah,
right?
but it feels like most of them suck.
That's exactly there's nothing there's very shallow criticisms to levy.
I would say the Endless Cemetery one was not. I don't think that was purposeful, but once it happened, it seemed like they everything was just waffling.
Well, here's the thing. It feels like
mhm.
Xander Hall when he debated Lauren Southern over the kids book that didn't come out yet. Because none of us have any idea what you're doing in Poland, in terms of what you're recording and the content.
True. It's very
know,
difficult to tell me you're doing a bad thing, Dylan, when you don't even necessarily even know the specifics of what I'm doing.
Right. We've got nothing to really go on here. So it's just based on the way it seems, it could be this. Have you thought of this? And so that's why I think everything lands and falls really flat.
I guess the thing is I'm not going to just release it all in one once immediately when I record something I'm going to release it. I want to make it a big project. I want to make it something that's presentable and accessible to people outside of the space. I want to make it a short documentary, maybe a 45 minute long documentary, like the stuff Vice does that everybody likes when they do actual reporting. So that's what I would like to do. I'm not streaming it all. But the problem is all the ways that would make it easier to criticize me to do it, like the live streaming it all and walking up to random refuge. I'm not doing that. And so they're just fighting ghosts. They're just fighting.
Yeah, that's it. And they thought that there was going to be this immediate visual thing. Like you're in Poland and now you're like in the fucking in the
I'm in like
places
the woods, like hey, there's a
exactly.
Russian soldier across the woods.
Exactly. You're in the
No.
fucking trenches, scoping out the border. Like that's what they literally
No,
thought we were
I'm
gonna
not going
see.
to be in Ukraine for say like what, probably like another 9-10 days. Probably something like that, right, Geek? Probably something around like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, yeah, I think they're just grasping at straws. They're just punching at ghosts. I don't really know what they think they're going to get out of it, though, which is the funniest part to me. And like, maybe some of them are genuinely just like thinking they're fighting a righteous battle. But yeah.
I mean, maybe. What did you think about my? Did you see my conversation with Aston?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think that dude like legitimately thinks he's fighting a righteous battle, and that you're somehow tangentially doing harm to the black community by
going to Ukraine.
Yeah, by going to Ukraine and like doing something that he can equate to a DNC tactic. Like it's just insane to me.
Yeah, I mean, like if I was projecting the idea that hey, everybody, I'm a savior. I'm coming here to help everyone. I'm coming here under the auspices of I'm the hero and I'm going to like bring all the aid, then maybe you could make that assertion.
Yeah, or if you were walking around doing that shit that you memed on in the top chimp clips where you're like, yo, what up? We're talking to refugees. Like, yeah, you can make that argument then.
Yeah, but I mean, like I'm trying to do this as seriously as possible. That's why we have paid translators, non-paid volunteer translators. We have ones in basically every major location we plan on going to. We have interviews like all across the board on like locations.
You know, part of it could be that like people think because you do hippy dippy and because it's entertainment that everything you do, they're like the entertainment aspect couldn't be serious or educational. Like they don't know that you could like modulate that approach, right? Where like you could do something more serious and do something more informative while at the same time doing a really engaging panel that people like to watch.
I'm very good at code switching. I don't know. Have you noticed that?
Well, what do you say when you go into the Baltimore area?
No, that's not what I mean. There's like, I guess like when I say, of course, code switching, like one way I code switch is I don't sound as, I don't know how to say, I don't sound gay on stream, but like, and around a lot of people, but like I'm a lot more naturally flamboyant when I'm like around people I like really trust, or if you get a little bit of liquor in me, then I get like really, really flamboyant. But like another code switching I do is you can like see like when I'm like debating like fun and like wrestliness or thank you, appreciate it. I don't know if that was like flirty from Geek or not. I can't tell. He's flirting with me, the Frenchman. Oh, and he's giving me chicken now. Oh my goodness, he really is flirting with me.
Oh my god.
But the thing is, I actually don't even know where to fucking put this. Let's put this here. Where was I saying? Oh, but like another thing I do is like, can you like, there's like a difference, and I think it's a noticeable difference when I'm like, and I think it jolts a lot of people. Be careful, you're almost X'd out. That I have conversations with, because like a lot of times I'll be really aggressive with my debate style, and I'll be like, whoa, and like really reactive, and like, but I think I throw people off when I have that conversation with Tromhole, with him being Tromhole, and I'm just, no, I don't agree with that. And then I just let them just be their character, but off of somebody they can't bounce off of, or like it's very difficult for them.
Even
to,
if they knew that was your style, that would still be a difficult style for them to contend with, because you're putting the burden entirely onto them, right?
Onto them to be the performative one, or to make the assertions and make the performance.
Yeah. So no matter what, you're requiring them to do more work than you are with that style. I think like I don't know that people don't know you can modulate. I just think they see part of what you do and then think that's the whole picture. And then they see a young kid and literally just see a young white kid and they're like, oh, cool. He's going to do the same thing. He's just going to go do some European, I was going to say like Asian tourism, but like European tourism, whatever. You know what I mean? Like they're looking at a young kid and they're like, I know better than him.
I'm doing a Mayo march across Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's it. I mean, people making like assumptions and stuff like that.
I think it's just that I can't, like, besides bias, I don't know what would play into it. I don't think they really I don't think there's like some 5D chess going on there, you know?
Yeah. Well, thank you for moderating that debate. I still want to talk about.
No problem.
I hope I gave you some
VIP charm hole in my chat.
I hear that Twitch does look at who you VIP and their activity in your chat.
Well, now they'll see. Well, then I gotta. No, okay, politically provoked Brittany is another one we might have to go.
Yeah, no, I un-VIP people when I see them act ridiculous, like too far across the line.
All right. Hey, I'll see you in a half hour.
Awesome. See you in a half hour. I forgot. You have a good one. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.